So now, I'll introduce to you the project we're going to be doing. So, like I said, I'm really looking forward to this project. It's going to be great. So, the sheet that explains the project right here, can I get Diego and Juan? Can you guys pass out to the rest of the class? And just come back up here.
It's not here.
Alright, so for this project, you're going to be making a difference in your community in a real way. So these negative effects of using resources, we're going to figure out ways to reduce that usage and to clean up the environment of your community. So let's follow along. Your task will be to figure out a way to make a positive difference in the community or world in regards to the resource use. So this could be promoting recycling, garbage cleanup, using resources differently, which maybe is using less of those resources, or just more sustainable use of those resources, or cleaning up an area such as litter and pollution and whatnot. So this must address a real issue, and then you're going to come up, not right now, but you can come up later and get a project proposal sheet, and that's where you're going to fill out. You're going to want to fill that out by the end of today, if you can. But that's where you're going to be addressing your real issue. So the issues that you see around West Chicago about the energy uses and the use of resources, that's what you're going to be addressing. We talked a lot about that yesterday, as far as pollution, radioactivity. So that's one thing you can go off of. Maybe there's a lot of garbage and litter around. Maybe you're using too much electricity in your homes. We're not recycling in the school. These are all issues you can address. Anything you can come up with. You must come up with a way to improve the situation. So you can't say something like, yeah, there's garbage in the streets, so we cleaned it up and threw it in the river. That's not improving the situation if you're just throwing the garbage in the river. Yeah, you're cleaning up the streets, but you're still hurting the environment. So, you must make this something that other people in other communities could also use. So the people in Wisconsin should be able to use your model for cleaning up the environment. Does that make sense? You must include a description of how you will get this information to stakeholders, which are just the people that have the ability to make a difference, like the principal, the mayor, the president of the United States, senators, those people that, like the decision makers, the lawmakers of the community. So, what you must complete. A method to introduce the problem and solution to the public. So a way to get the information across. So you can make posters that you hang up around the school, videos, commercials, a website, anything to get the information across to as many people as possible in the community. And present them with the problem, so there's a bunch of litter, and the solution, so how you want to clean it up, how do you want to go about doing that. A letter written to someone in a decision-making position, so again, that principal, senator, president of the United States. A formal proposal explaining the issue, why it is an issue, what you want to do about it, what you need in order to fulfill it, and how you will track the improvements made. So the whole step-by-step process of what is the issue, what I'm going to do about it, what I need to do something about it, and how am I going to know that it's improving. So how do you know that there's not as much litter? How do you know that the radioactivity has gone down? Step-by-step process. You are going to have groups of 4 to do this. And as you see, each of those group members will have a role. It's a group project, but all the members will be responsible for their work in this project. So the first role is leader or editor. And that's the person that makes sure everyone's on task, everyone's doing what they're supposed to be doing, working hard. Leader, you're kind of like the floater of your group. You're helping everybody. The recorder, you're the person that writes all the notes, everything down that your group talks about. So you're the one that's writing, we want to improve this in our community. This is how we're going to do it, and whatnot. You're going to be the one filling out this project proposal sheet. The checker, you're the person that makes sure everyone's right, everyone's correct with their facts. You don't want just someone making up stuff. You're the person responsible to make sure everyone's accurate and spelling is right, grammar is right. You're that person. Spokesperson, you're the person that's going to come to me to ask the questions of your group. You're also going to be the person that makes sure your group is ready to present. So yes, we're going to be presenting this. That's going to be fun. So if you want to make a video, we can watch your video. If you want to have posters, you're going to come up and show us your poster and say, this is the problem we're addressing, this is how we're going to fix it, this is how we know we're going to fix it. So you're going to be presenting that, and the spokesperson's kind of be playing the lead role in that presentation. So use this sheet that you have now as kind of like a checklist. So you can see what you must complete. So do we have a way to get it to the public? Do we have a letter written to someone in the decision-making process? And do we have a formal proposal? And then once do we have those things? Well, does it address a real issue? Does it come up with a way to improve the situation, not just, put some duct tape over it? We want to fix it. Yeah.
Do we get the groups?
No, I got the groups. I already signed the groups.
Really?
So, is there any other questions about what we're going to be doing for the next few days? Yeah. Oh, stretching. No questions? Seems like a lot, but we're going to have a lot of time to finish it. We'll have till Friday. So that's tons of time. The end of class on Friday. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I'll give you your groups. When you have your groups, have one person come up and grab the project proposal sheet. And actually, before we do the groups, I got some resources for you. I got articles. So each article is a little bit different. We got stuff about what the White House is doing currently for our environment and what they want to do for resources in the future. So we got those articles. We got articles on the food crisis. So a lot of people are going hungry in a lot of areas. In America, we're throwing out a lot of food. So this talks about that. Got pollution, what it is, what can be done about it, how it's happening. Types of renewable energy, so if you're looking for ways to improve resources, rather than just fossil fuels. You got that one. I like this article a lot. It's about the types of resources there are, and it talks about what the resource is, so like coal and oil. It talks about where it's from, so how it's made. It talks about its advantages, and it talks about its disadvantages. You'll be able to see a common thread with the renewable energies. You'll be able to see that. So that's a great article. We got composting, which is using organic garbage, so like banana peels, apple cores, or like stuff that was living, yeah, like fruits, vegetables, all that kind of stuff you can use for like fertilizing the soil in like a garden. So that's a way to improve the community for garbage. And then there's another one about garbage. What can be done about it? Why is there so much of it? Are we seeing an increasing trend on it? So feel free to use these articles. You do not have to use these articles. They are for your health, your benefit. You're not required to. Also, page 156 of your book, of your textbook, The Changing Earth, is also all about ways to help the environment, what's being done to it, what we can do. So those are your resources. Yeah, Nick?
This project covers the first bullet point 10 on the board. Under your name, I can apply.
Yeah, apply scientific. Yeah, that's exactly right. Good. Is there any other questions before I give you your groups? Yeah,
How did you pick the groups?
I did it off math scores.
What?
All right, so here's
I can't see it.
your groups. Can you see that?